I walk alone. I'm a soldier for life. The battle I'm fighting has no ending. Although its beginning could start at any time. I'm always standing for something and constantly fighting to keep from falling for anything. I'm a silver fox by day and a guerrilla by night. I'm a soldier who has forgotten how to smile and doesn't remember laughter. There are still dreams and debts due to the soldiers before me. I must be a soldier, a solid soldier, in order to smooth the path for those who will follow behind me. I live at the bottom of one of nature's coldest seas. I come up every now and then and spit fire. To struggle is to go the distance. To win is not to care how far one must go. George.
You've never been pushed up against the wall.
Troops marching down on your left.
This is a revolution. This is a revolution. And we are the vanguard.
He's really helped me with my back pain.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't aware. Maybe you might want to take a look at it.
Well, maybe a little better. Yes. You can. I take it back with me.
Just a moment. Excuse me. Gentlemen, come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Mr. Genet, this is Lumumba, Fred Bennett. This is Jean Genet.
Do. Please continue where you left off.
Well, Mrs. Stender was just telling us of her background. And after that, you were Huey Newton's lawyer.
Yes.
Yes. Qu'est-ce que c'est? You got him off.
Yes.
And now, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, I've been working on Mr. Jackson's case for 3 years.
Yes, I've read his letters. He's very eloquent, strong. But I'm curious, though. Do you think he is capable of killing?
No. There is no credible evidence that Mr. Jackson murdered that guard. I mean, frankly, we're going to blow that case out of the water. He was framed.
Elle n'est pas de l'évidence crédible qu'elle ait joué la garde. Elle était manipulée, elle dit, c'est tout.
Yes, I've been reading the testimony.
Well, then-
but you didn't answer my question.
You mean, do I think he would kill for his ideals and convictions?
Oui.
Yes, I think he would. But he did not murder his way into San Quentin. You have to understand, Mr. Jackson was sentenced 1 year to life for a $70 gas station robbery.
Et donc, c'est pour un vol de $70 dans une station-service, non?
Mr. Genet, I'm sorry to interrupt, but so where do you think we should go from here with this?
Well, if you would like, I could have them translated, and I can have my publisher, Gallimard, publish them.
Oh, yes, please. I mean, that's more than we could have hoped for. We're hoping to use this case to start a national movement for prison reform. That would just be incredibly helpful to us.
I hear you say use, and it's not setting right. White folks been using niggas in too many ways for too many years.
Does it really make a difference if I say organize around?
Only if you're totally committed to assisting my comrades in the fight for their lives. Make this clear, as your ass is white and my ass is black.
Continuez, Jean.
If I leave here alive, I leave nothing behind. They'll never count me among the broken men. But I can't say that I'm normal either. I've been hungry too long. I've gotten angry too often. I've been lied to and insulted too many times. They've pushed me over the line from which there can be no retreat. I know that
they will not be satisfied until they have pushed me out of this existence altogether. I've been the victim of so many racist attacks that I could never relax again. I can still smile now after 10 years of blocking knife thrusts and the pick handles of faceless, sadistic pigs, of anticipating and reacting for 10 years, 7 of them in solitary. I can still smile sometimes. But by the time this is over, I may not be a nice person. Just existing, life without joy, without any real meaning does not appeal to me at all. I'm very tired of waking each morning wondering if I will be insulted, humiliated, injured, or done to death. Although I would not like to leave my bones on this hill, but if it is a choice between that and surrendering the things that make me a man, the things that allow me to hold up my head erect and unbowed, then the hill can have my bones. This is one nigga who's positively displeased. I'll never forgive. I'll never forget. They are fighting upstairs now. It's 11:30 a.m. No black is supposed to be on the tier upstairs with anyone but other blacks, but mistakes are made, and 1 or 2 blacks end up on the tier with 9 or 10 white convicts frustrated by the living conditions or openly working with the pigs. The whole ceiling is trembling. In hand-to-hand combat, we always win. We lose if the pigs give them knives or zip guns. Lunch will be delayed today. The tear gas or whatever it is drifts down to sting my nose and eyes. Someone is hurt bad.
Mike, you know the French writer Jean Genet?
Of course, idiot. I'm a book editor.
Well, he's got his publisher putting out George Jackson's list. Jackson's one of the 3 convicts charged with killing a guard in Soledad Prison.
Heard? Yeah, how's it read?
It's fantastic. It's just... it's exactly what I've been looking for.
Play this thing down around Chopper. If he knows you want it, he'll tear it apart.
Okay, anybody else got anything for me?
Yeah, I got an MS from California a couple days ago. The author is accused of killing a prison guard. His lawyers think that he's being railroaded.
So what? I mean, you know, go on, it's just another pissed off guy in prison.
No,
Can't you just give him another chance? I've got him waiting outside.
darker than blue. This ain't no time for segregating. I'm talking about brown and yellow too. Hi, yellow girl. Can you tell?
It wasn't easy, but at least he's agreed to see you.
Oh, Faye, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just, I didn't sleep.
Pardon me, brother, as you stand in your glory. I know you won't mind if I tell.
Sit down, Shakespeare.
Mr. Jackson, I understand your concern.
Who told you to censor my book?
No one. I'm not trying to censor anything. My job is to just compile work and edit it. That's it.
Then why did you rewrite my opening?
You know, at some point I hope that you can go back and take a look at the work that I did there, because really, I did not fundamentally change anything.
Fundamentally.
It's my first time working on a book like this, and I'm just trying too hard.
Did you bring the manuscript?
Yeah. Okay, I'd like to ask you some questions first, just from my own perspective. Can you tell me the difference, if any, between the Black Guerrilla family and the Black Panthers? And I'm speaking specifically in the context of autonomous entities and subdivisions of entities.
The Black Panther Party was never intended to be a military force. They're the political arm. The Black Guerrilla family was destined to be a clandestine military branch. They're separated so one can survive if the other one is destroyed.
Where does the Black Guerrilla family recruit? Is it mostly in prison?
It's only in prison. On the belly of the beast.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Machine! How you feel?
Fine, sir.
How you feel?
Fine, sir.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Machine.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Machine.
Listen up. African people took the stand.
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 In the struggle throughout the land.
In the struggle throughout the land.
African people had a plan.
African people had a plan.
Seize the time, take the land.
Seize the time, take the land.
Couldn't stop.
Couldn't stop.
Had to win.
Had to win.
Wouldn't stop.
Wouldn't stop.
Till the end.
Till the end.
Free again.
Free again.
Tested by adversity. Proven true.
Okay, how old were you when you began your stretch of continuous incarceration?
I was 18. I was incarcerated under the term of 1 to life. It's 1 year to life. I could have got out in 1 year. Instead, I've done 10. It's more time than anybody in this state has ever done on a 1 to life. How would we do this if I wasn't here, if I wasn't in the joint?
Oh, well, usually I take authors out to lunch, and then we have editorial meetings.
I guess we having that right now, huh? So what happened to all the changes that you made?
Changed it all back last night.
What did your publishers get out of this?
They think it'll make money.
That's cold, man.
Well, book publishing, you know, that's just a business like most. It doesn't necessarily stop us from doing it the right way, though.
What would be your first step is to doing it the right way?
The letters need a little more background, so the readers can make some sense out of what's going on, because most of them, they've never been in prison before.
Okay. Well, if there's any writing to be done, I'm gonna do it myself. Are you clear? You're not gonna fuck with my book?
Yeah.
Hey, how'd it go?
Okay. It's okay. Book's still alive.
You two can work together?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. Right, this is home. Steve, this is Steve Bingham. He's working on the case. Steve, this is David. You remember I told you about him?
Pleasure. Yeah, it's great to meet you.
Okay, so a few days after 3 black prisoners are murdered, the DA announces they're not going to press charges against the guy who shot them. Hi, Betty. An hour later, a guard is strangled, thrown off the tier. The authorities go straight to George, and they say no one else could have done it. Right? Then they promise paroles to anybody who will testify against him.
Oh, I see.
So all those guys that signed on, they're all transferred to a special facility that's more like a country club.
Right, right. That's where they coach their testimony.
Exactly. And I can't wait to get those punks on the stand.
Hey, I'd like to see the minutes from the grand jury testimony if I could.
Absolutely, right this way.
Well, I heard a strangled yell and looked toward the corridor, and I seen the officer being assaulted. He was being held down by one cat, and he was being attacked by the other two.
After Jackson had him in a headlock, Drumgo and Clucheette were stabbing him. I could see the officer's body trembling. Finally, it seemed like it just went limp. Jackson lifted him up, slid him on the third tier. I seen him fall.
So, it was a reading of Lenin, Che Guevara, Marx. This is what inspired you to start writing.
You know, I discovered those comrades later on. What really started me writing was I just wanted to beef up my father. I wanted him to know what's really going on with blacks in this country. I feel I'm an example to my brother and my father, you know. I think if I can hold my head up in a place like this, then they can definitely hold their head up outside, you know. You can't let anybody here think they own you. You ever stole anything?
I'm sorry?
You ever stole anything?
No, not in my adult life, no.
Or when you was young?
Yeah. I guarantee you'd be bored by my stories of juvenile delinquency, you know.
No, I'm curious.
Okay, when I was a kid, I used to shoplift. I'd go into dime stores with these pants that had the pockets cut out. You know, I just pour stuff in. I'd walk out of there like I owned the place.
You ever get caught?
Yeah, once. This friend and I, in junior high school, we started to get a little bit more brave. So we started selling these black market cigarettes out of our lockers. And the principal came around, did a locker search with a master key. And, yeah, that was it.
Dime stores to big time operations, huh?
Right. Well, I don't know. You might say I have a hard time doing things halfway.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not always a blessing, is it?
No.
How'd you get this job, man?
You know, we should talk about something else. We really don't have that much time.
Seems to me we do.
Yeah, okay. Well, my first job was writing ad copy for book jackets, and then I moved up from there.
So you were what they call a blurb writer, huh? She was all fire, all passion. Finally, she met her match in Black Bart. Stuff like that, huh?
Yeah. You know, I'm starting to think maybe you're right. We really should trade places.
If you wrote a blurb for my book, what would it be? Huh? He was full of rage. Men feared him. Women found him irresistible. Not even steel and cement could contain his vengeful fury. Something like that.
Okay, seriously. I can get you a job.
How'd you get this?
The guy who hired me was a Harvard man, too. We knew each other from a long time ago.
Harvard, huh? Wow. Old boy network. They got all locked up tight. They got any blacks where you work at?
Yeah, male boy, female secretary.
Male boy. Even if he was older than me, you still call him a boy probably, huh? Ain't no chance for you unless you one of them, man.
Time's up.
Thanks for being more relaxed this time. Most of these letters are to my mother and my father and my little brother Jonathan. I never sent them. I don't know why. I just sometimes you get a letter in an envelope and you don't send it, you know. So you're a Harvard man, huh?
How'd you know?
You said so yesterday.
Then we spent too much time talking about me yesterday.
What was it like there at Harvard?
I hated it. I'm so glad it's over.
But you met all those people there, man. They gave you jobs, all friends you got there?
Yeah, I met one friend. So what, you interested in enrolling?
Well, I already graduated from San Quentin High. It's one of those things they say would get me out in a year.
That was a nice show at the movies Saturday night. Some of the brothers been watching you. You got potential. A lot of wasted energy, though. What do you care? We need brothers who can maintain their self-respect in here, have true strength. I'm asking you to come have a talk with us tomorrow. We stay true like a family should. Stay organized, work an agenda. What can we accomplish when we get outside? Bullshit! Have you ever, no matter how hard you worked, no matter how law-abiding you were, no matter how much you cared about this country, been offered a piece of that which you earned? Has your father? His before that? Piece of white America's pie. We don't want to be Bill fucking Cosby. We want to be the vanguard of something better. Comrade George. A place where all that fire in you could be put to some constructive use. A state where each man is given the honor and the duty to sacrifice for civilization. Can you dig that? Good. Because this world needs you. I know you've got some good books already. We got some more for you. Keep reading, keep writing.
These were written around the same time I started to take my education to a new level.
Faye told me that by that point you'd already done several years more than the average inmate on a year-to-life sentence. Can we talk about that? Because I never completely understood it.
1 year to life, man. It makes perfect sense. All you have to do is surrender your will, and they'll let you out in 12 months. 1 year to life, dangling the possibility of parole It keeps convicts down. It keeps a convict from judging his captors, from criticizing his methods.
But the sentence is at minimum 12 months if good behavior is observed, right?
Clean time did nothing for me, man. They can tell when you only pretend to surrender, you know? It is hard to hide one's pride and individuality. At least it was for me.
You think your parole is continually denied because of your efforts organizing black prisoners?
Of course. No one has done more time than me in this state on a year to life. I'm a political prisoner, man. They're afraid I'll take that revolution to the streets.
I'd like to be able to visit your mother and get a few more letters if I could. I've already been trading messages with her through the defense committee.
All right. You gonna see my brother Jonathan?
There's a chance he'll be there, and maybe Angela as well.
Well, you send my love to Angela, would you?
Yeah, sure.
When you speak to Jonathan, don't mention his age.
Why not?
Well, he is just a youngster, but he's only 16 and he's sensitive about being it because he feels older, you know.
Mm-hmm. Any advice for meeting with your mother?
Man, I'm a trip. I think she'd been happy to have me locked up from the womb to the tomb. I wasn't even allowed to go outside and play until I was 6 years old. And then she sent me to Catholic school, dressed me up in that silly-ass uniform and string medals around my neck. And when I would protest, she'd get my father on me, and he beat me half to death with anything he could find, a table leg, belts, you name it. I think dude was just terrified of me harming the family name, you know. And he was terrified of going berserk on me himself, probably. Sometimes I feel that they thought I was better off in prison than out on the streets. My mother used to always say stuff like, boy, you are so handsome. And someday you're really going to be somebody. And a part of you, you really start to believe that shit until you get out in the streets and you're just another nigger.
No, Georgie. Do it like this. Break it into little pieces as you eat. Okay? You make a better impression on people. Not like all those poor kids who'll just shove it in their mouth.
Hi, David Dreyer.
I'm Georgia. How do you do?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Have a seat. It's George's brother, Jonathan. That's Angela. So tell me exactly what you're doing, David.
Well, George told me about your correspondence over the years, and I'd like to be able to take a look at those letters to see if it could be included in the book.
And what did he say about those letters?
Not too many specifics at this point, really.
So George said it was okay to look at them.
Yes.
And you swear by that?
Yeah. Yeah, I swear.
How's he doing?
He's fine. He's fine. He sends his love.
They won't let me in anymore. I envy you being able to see him.
Well, he's okay. He talks about you a lot. In fact, I'd like to talk to you sometime if we get a chance. I'd like to get your perspective.
Again later.
Well, which ones do you want to see?
All of them, if I could.
Mr. Dreyer, there are some things between a mother and son that don't belong in a book.
Well, I can assure you that your end of the correspondence will remain entirely private.
I'll keep the originals. You'll make copies.
Yes.
Good. I wouldn't want to lose them. My son is an exceptional writer.
Mm-hmm.
He's also an exceptional human being.
Yeah. He is that, man.
That's why each day we come here and take Eucharist from the same bread, because each of us together makes the world, a common brotherhood under God, and the blood of Christ running through all our veins alike. They show us,
Mama,
that He is.
all your talk of
our
God
way.
makes me think you are a sick woman. I'm sorry you made me go to those places. Why did you do it, Mama? You have failed me. Those institutions taught propaganda. They taught what to think rather than how to think. Blacks in those schools, those churches, are even worse off for they learn the ways and attitudes of the snake. The Western world has reduced all life to a dull formula. All natural feelings have been lost. But I mustn't complain of such things. It would be un-American to do so. Like the rest of you, I should lose my mind in a fog. I should smile and sing. Perhaps I should thank the Lord in spite of the fact that I have not one moment's mental gratification in my 23 years. Patience has its limits. Take it too far and it's cowardice. My people have been refused the right to enjoy the fruits of our labor. All this has left an emptiness in our lives, a void, a vacuum that must be soon filled by hostilities. Please let Jonathan know these truths. Allow him to grow into a man. Allow me to teach him what I can, so that at least one of our men will be free. George.
My name is Georgia Jackson, and I'm the mother of George.
All right.
One of the men who they're trying to kill. I want to tell you that I know my son. He's a beautiful human being, and I know he never could have done the things they're saying he did.
We know. He didn't do it.
What they're trying to do is what they do to all black men who want to stand up for their rights.
That's right. That's right.
They lynch them.
That's right.
They put them in prison cells that are like graves.
Good job, Mom.
I'm asking you, please help my son.
We will. And
this woman's son. We're two black women who love our children.
That's right.
And don't want to see them killed.
That's right. No, you don't want to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't know you played. Well, I play, but not well. Well, whether you do or not, I'll burn you. Okay, I'll be ready. Listen, did my brother, did he say anything about me? Yeah. He said you were a beautiful brother. And then I should be careful not to ask your age because you were so much more mature than your years. Wow. So when are you seeing him next? Pretty soon. I'm, flying back to San Francisco tomorrow. Well, when you do, can you send him my love for me and tell him my mom sends her love too? David, I want you to meet some brothers of mine. This here is Lumumba. Lumumba David Lumumba, and Fred. Fred's the chairman of the defense committee. David. David's the editor who's working on my brother's book.
I know, man. We're looking forward to it. Little white boys, man, you know, too much. Turn around, they always try to manipulate the minds of young brothers. Just keep your damn eyes open. Always protect your black queen. We'll be in touch.
Nice guys. Sorry about that.
You all heard her, folks. It's not enough to be innocent. Well, you all know that. You have got to have money and lots of it. For lawyers, investigators, and a good defense.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Now we're going to pass the hat, and I want to see 5s and 10s and 20s and 50s and 100s. Don't no one leave because our next speaker is going to be Angela Davis. Let's give it up for Angela Davis.
I'd like to talk at first about the absent black father that we hear so much about. I'll tell you why he's absent. Because he's in prison. Why is he in prison? Because of drugs.
Yeah, right.
Why drugs? To blunt the pain of being black, the pain of being poor, the pain of being outcast. Because society doesn't let him get a decent education.
That's right.
And even if he could get a decent education, he still couldn't find a decent job. And it's not because society doesn't care. It cares enough to perpetuate the crime of racism, which blights the lives of every black mother, every black father, every black child. It cares enough to build more and more prisons for them. And it cares enough about the Soledad Brothers to murder them. Free the Soledad Brothers! Free the Soledad Brothers! All power to the people!
So you looked all right?
Jonathan? Oh yeah, he was fine.
Because for a while there, I thought he was getting too skinny, you know, too pale. Did any of my uncles try to give you any of that firewater?
Yeah, but I stayed away.
You smart man. What else?
Just this. So, I'd like to choose a letter addressing the events leading up to the Soledad Garden murder.
All right.
You've already stated your your respect for Bill Nolan, but I'm curious about what your connection was over time.
Well, we worked well together. We were friends. With him, I first realized how to organize the brothers and body and mind.
Pick your man and go.
After that happened, man, we all took notice, you know? We had to. They were one step away from lining us up and shooting us off.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched and we waited for them to punish those guards who had killed those three beautiful comrades. I had already done a year for every $10 that I stole. I figured a 3-time murderer would get some kind of punishment, you know? And there was still a shred of naivety in me, I guess, and a lot of the other younger brothers as well, but we would have never admitted it.
Thank you for your time away from post help in these proceedings. Your cooperation and your professionalism has helped produce a swift and an efficient review. Now, in this incident in Soledad on January 13, 1969, the 3 inmates killed were involved in an act of attempted murder in the prison yard. This officer's fire prevented this and is therefore valid. The inquiry's ruling, justifiable homicide.
These dudes who call themselves Hitler's helpers were going to lynch a black guy when we were having a strike. Pigs put them up to it. They got ropes and knives and stuff, and they were actually going to hang this guy when I saw what was happening. There were 20 of them, but I'm the one charged with assault by day's end. That's how it works here, you dig what I'm saying?
Could have been anyone, man. Even the white guys we were fighting in the yard that day were enraged. Clearly someone in Soledad had a message about justice, you know?
What was that message?
If they were going to off us no matter what we did, we made sure the other side joins in the dime. All the convicts were glad it happened. All of them, man. Black, white, whatever. Myself included.
I read the grand jury testimony. It's bullshit. It just seems completely contradictory. If they really think she's going to win this case, you're going to get out of here.
Nobody knows what happened in that wang, man. Except those that were there. In a place with so many rats and weak people, you would never kill a pig unless it was a dead secret. In that grand jury testimony, the only thing that the witnesses correlate to is that there were 3 men involved. And those 3 men were told the name by the warden's goons. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but...
Time's up.
No, I thought we had an hour. It's been maybe 20 minutes.
You signed in exactly an hour ago.
Yeah, then you made me wait 40 minutes until you brought Mr. Jackson over.
Please, sir, I have your signature on the sign-in sheet.
I'll see you soon, man.
What are you, some kind of third world trader, man?
You know the routine, killer.
Man, one day the unjust will be dealt with by a weapon.
Hey, stop! Hey, you fucking stop! You're in heaven! Get him out of me! You can't fucking do this! Stop it now! You ain't shit, man! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out!
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen anything like that before. I'm yelling, and I was banging on the door, and they didn't fucking care, you know? I mean, they didn't... It's just nothing.
Listen, I've seen that kind of thing before, and you have to remember that George is resilient. He'll be all right. And tomorrow, I will file a writ against the prison, and we'll call a press conference. Are you willing to describe what you saw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all we can do. That's all we can do now.
You'll have to visit here. There's no other space. Mr. Jackson will be down in a moment.
Saw that, huh?
Yeah.
I heard you shouting. Gave me heart, man. Next time I'll take out the whole lot of them for you. I did that for you, you know.
Next time, why don't you give me some warning, huh? So you don't scare me to death.
Check this, Mason.
Hey, those are legal papers.
You have no right to these papers!
I'm going to the warden.
I'll be right back.
Dear David, one of the greatest writers of us all, Huey P., stated, people respect the expression of dignity and strength displayed by men or women who refuse to bow to the weapons of oppression. I salute your resolve to gain back from my omnipotent keepers the memorialized words of one righteous and angry black man. George.
Good job. Good job.
Let's get back to work, shall we?
Mom, I'm gonna go out, okay?
Just where do you think you're going?
I'm gonna go out.
What? You think I don't notice things, but I do. Jonathan, you haven't done any homework for weeks.
First of all, you gotta stop spying on me, okay? I still feel like a little baby in this house.
Jonathan.
Look, I'm old enough to do what I want to do. Can I go out now? Huh? Can I go out now? Hey, what's going on?
Comrade Jonathan, welcome to the revolution.
Thank you.
This way.
Got a nice place here.
Thanks. Hold up a second. I gotta get something.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't think by any means necessary. Now, I would call your philosophy on more to macro, but we need to create our own philosophy and start taking control of the situation. Because
all right. Okay.
I'm going to be the damn claw, so we need to fight the pack.
Hey, brother. Good evening.
Great to see you. Come on. This here is Jonathan. He's Comrade George's younger brother.
It's good to see you, man.
You too.
You know, after you left the other day, they tried to take me through some parole board formality. At first, I didn't even know what was happening, man.
Here, mouth, tongue up. Okay, going to put your hands up through.
I felt my assassination had finally come. Turns out it was my 10th annual appearance before the board.
What was the judgment of the board?
Well, I won't be seeing Ghana anytime soon. And I was trying to count how many doors I had to pass through to get here. There was one for my cell. Two by the time I got out of my cell block. 5 as I got out into the hallway. All of them double safety. You ever know how concrete and steel can hurt? It's as if the entire system is designed to corrupt, debase, and destroy whatever humanity that you come in here with, you know? For a guy like me, it's like the entire world has turned its back on you. I've seen some guys that got "fuck the world" tattooed right on their arm. One guy even had it tattooed on his forehead.
He had "fuck the world" on his forehead.
Guys like that know the world has abandoned them, man. They know they're victims of something that just can't put their finger on what it is or why, you know? Maybe our little book can help with that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can.
How we doing?
We're getting close, George. You and I, we just have a few more things to go over.
Well, I just want to let you know that I've given you complete discretion on all this. I mean, you take it, man. I'm not getting much sleep these days. I'm starting to see shit that isn't even there, you know?
Hello?
Mrs. Jackson?
Yes.
David Dreyer.
You lied to me. How could you do that? You come in my house like a thief. I mean, you took the only thing that I had. That was between George and me. The people that put that book together spoiled everything.
No. I'm completely responsible.
Nobody ever showed it to me.
Specifically, what is it that bothers you?
It's the arrangement, the way it's put together.
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. We're less than 2 weeks from going to press.
Well, there is something I can do. I can go to the radio and say it's all a pack of lies put out by white people.
I don't think George would like that. Okay, I'm going to see him tomorrow. I'm going to tell him what it is that you intend to do. Mrs. Did you hear that?
Can she do anything to stop the book?
No, she can't, but she can do a lot of damage by questioning the book's authenticity.
Well, you tell her if she does anything, and I mean anything at all, to damage the book, I would never speak to her again.
Okay.
Well, if it ain't the Ku Klux Clowns.
You ever hate yourself?
Do I ever do anything else? It's one of the major luxuries I allow myself.
You know, I get the feeling you'd even sell your own mother down the road.
Don't concern yourself with that. Just make sure my deal stays together.
Hello?
Where's Lumumba?
He's not here. Can I take a message?
Forget it. Just tell him the people's justice will be swift.
That was him.
Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. And the band played on.
Okay, gentlemen, we're taking over. All right, everybody, stay together. Stay together. Eyes up front. Don't look at me. Eyes up front. Here we go. Keep it moving, people. Quicken the pace a little bit, huh? Let's go, people. Keep it together. You gotta watch it, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
No, you gotta be listening to me.
How many? I really don't know. Everything happened so fast.
Keep it together. There you go. There you go. You can take our pictures. We are the revolutionaries.
Free the Soledad Brothers by 3 o'clock and nobody will get hurt.
We don't have the authority to negotiate that.
You cover to the left and the rear, okay? And get out of here now. Back him off!
Back off!
Back him off! You guys stay together! Don't look at me! Keep your fucking heads up front! God damn! Okay. Here you go. Open up the van. There you go. Don't look at me.
What's the shot?
50-50 at best.
Don't fire, don't fire, hold it. Hold it, boys, do not fire. There's too many friendlies in there.
Okay, they're holding up. I think we made it.
Dear Joan, we reckon all time in the future from the day of the man-child's death. Man-child, black man-child, with submachine gun in hand. He was free for a while. I guess that's more than most of us can expect. I want people to wonder at what forces created him. Terrible, vindictive, cold, calm man-child, courage in one hand, the machine gun in the other, scourge of the unrighteous, an ox for the people to ride. Cold and calm, though. All right, gentlemen, I'm taking over now. I can't go any further. It would just be a love story about the baddest brother this world has had the privilege to meet. And it's just not that popular or safe to say I love him. Revolution.
Now right there.
Can you tell us something about your son, Jonathan?
All he would talk about was George. He felt that George was going to be killed in the courts if he wasn't killed in prison. He knew there was no justice in the courts. A lot of times, he'd go to the hearings, he'd get up, he'd go out, and he'd be crying. Got to a point where he didn't even want to eat, and my baby really liked to eat. One night in June, he said, "Mama, if I die, I want you to know that I died the way I want to die."
Do you know where Angela is?
Your other son, was he involved?
Do you know if they were lovers?
Your stamps.
What are you doing?
what I would call a stroke of genius.
Hard slice from the pain of sights not met to be seen by human eyes, clouds from a forgotten past, roll into the memories of our mind.
Hey, listen, they think that you might be hiding Angela, and they've traced some of the weapons to her. You can stay at the Defense Committee house. I'll call them and tell them that you're coming. Can you delay that trip to New York? All right, good. Your author's gonna need you.
No, I won't forget to bring the future in. Into the hearts of
David.
Faye told us you were coming. Oh, that? Got shot out the day before yesterday. We think it was the pigs. Nobody's here now, but they'll all be coming up tomorrow for the funeral.
Walked in carrying a black satchel and sat down in the spectator section. The deputy said the same man had inquired about the McLean trial the day before and remembered his last name as Burroughs. Court clerk Frank Kirby tells what happened.
I am leaving the case. Look, you want to see what I got in the mail? Look, this is a razor blade, and then this note. Look, for a chicken who betrays a red necklace. I'm out. I gotta go.
Why would anyone want to kill you?
I don't know. They're accusing me of stealing money from the defense fund. Me!
It's crazy. No one would believe that.
You don't understand. 11 people have died around this case so far. 11 people. I can't be one of them. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. You have to tell Jordan what.
Early one morning.
We have no visiting rooms available. You'll have to visit with Mr. Jackson back at the Adjustment Center. Guard Williams will escort you. Let's go.
Early one morning. Blues come falling down. I was all locked up in jail.
Get that money. No.
I was
get the money. Get that money. Get that money.
Baby, you may never see my face again. You may never see my face again. But the judge gave me 99 years.
Cycle rec room. Cycle Jackson.
Jackson, sorry about your brother. Because of updated security, the chains do not come off.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, too.
So they got my little brother, huh? None of us have slept back there since it happened. We've all been listening to the radio. I really love that boy, man. I needed something to take my mind off of things, man. What you got? I recognize that. Yeah. Did you have to fix it up a lot, man? Because you know I ain't a writer. At least I never thought I was. Did they shoot him up real bad, man? You know, it was supposed to be a nonviolent action, man. No one was supposed to get hurt. You know I sent him in there, right? I mean, you think that all that I have done, and he was the one to do it. I mean, I have not shed a tear because I am so proud. They were on their way to the airport, man. That's why they used the yellow van, so they would know exactly where they were. No one was supposed to get hurt, man. They needed those hostages to be kept alive. To trade them in for our freedom.
Well, was someone else supposed to go in there with him?
No, man, you got it all wrong. There was supposed to be 11 others. Our intelligence confirms that the play had gotten compromised. And when he found out that they weren't coming, he went ahead and did it anyway. Did you read what he said, man? Okay, gentlemen, hands up. We are taking over. Man, that's so beautiful. That's just so beautiful. My brother and a Chinese AK-47. That is just too much. They will live to regret it. I'll see to that. I guess it must be hard for you to understand how I haven't shed a tear. But I know that, you know, he'll never end up like this. He's going down in history. True revolutionary. In his highest stage of development.
Hi, David. You got a minute?
You following me?
I want to show you something.
Is that me?
Well, it's not Bob Hope.
In 1957, you were close friends with two men who were later indicted on conspiracy to commit espionage.
No, I barely knew those guys, okay? We're in the same fraternity in college. What the hell is this anyway?
You've had a history of contact with men who were known threats to national security.
No, they were just beat writers, okay? They were unfairly blacklisted.
Yeah, lucky you didn't end up in the same hole.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm sorry. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot here. We want to help you, Mr. Dreyer. We could take you in right now for masquerading as a member of Jackson's legal team. But we're not going to do that. I'd say this will all blow over if a certain book's publication is scrapped.
I won't do that.
You won't?
No, I won't.
I'd say you have way too much to lose to pass up this opportunity. I'll talk to you real soon.
Dreyer, what in the hell is going on? The feds just came through here, scared the crap out of everybody. They said they can get the judge to order a cease and desist before Soledad goes to print.
Yeah, because they're bullshitting, okay? Seriously, no, just don't do anything, okay? We're hours from going to press. God damn it! Look, if you fucking cancel printing, okay, I swear to God, I'm gonna spend every last fucking penny, okay? Every last shred of energy suing you and smearing your goddamn fucking name. You understand that? Piece of shit. You like cover?
Yeah.
He's great, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, the reviews are just starting to come in. I got one right here from the Sunday Times. One of the finest pieces of black writing printed. Summarizes 300 years of rage for untold millions of blacks, alive or dead. What do you think of that?
Who's this girl drinking champagne right here, man? You didn't get to meet her?
No, I'm not gonna.
Man, all these fine hippie chicks running around. What's the matter, comrade? You ain't taking care of business?
No, I guess not. I'll try better next time. Good, huh?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Michael Jackson.
Warden says you have to give up that book. It is not authorized. If you don't surrender it, we will have to take it from you.
Come on in and get it.
So there are claims that someone else wrote it for you. How do you respond to that?
Well, I mean, you folks seem to want to believe that every black man is illiterate. No, I wrote every word.
Have you been able to read the reviews? Some people are comparing you to Eldridge Cleaver, Richard Wright, Du Bois. Your book is being translated into German and Japanese and more translations are on the way. How does your fame affect you when you're locked up all day?
Oh, I have no concern for personal fame. I reserve it for my people. I mean, my book is a weapon. It's not a work of literature. I'm just going to continue to keep writing and fighting until there's some real freedom in this country. And until dungeons like the one we're in now All I think of the past.
Have you heard that Angela Davis was arrested in New York? And a man was arrested with her for harboring a fugitive?
This interview is over. Take me back. Take me back.
Sergeant Jackson!
Where's my picture? Where's my typewriter? You fucking bastards! Give me back my shit! You had no right!
Warden's orders.
Give me my typewriter back, man! You had no right! What's wrong with you, man? Motherfucker!
The major obstacle to a united left in this country is white racism. Racism is still alive. There are 3 categories of white racists. The overt, self-satisfied racist who doesn't attempt to hide his antipathy. The self-interdicting racist who harbors and nurtures racism in spite of his best efforts. And the unconscious racist who has no awareness of his racist preconceptions. Too much black blood has flowed and continues to flow between the chasm that separates the races. It's fundamentally unfair to expect the black man to differentiate at a glance between the various kinds of white racists. Blacks must understand racism's presence and its effect on the system. It is a system that must be crushed, where it continues to manufacture new and deeper contradictions of both class and race. George.
How you doing?
I don't know. I mean, so long as I had no hope, I could do this thing. You know, it's like the hope that's killing me. The illusion of that I'll never get out of this place alive, man, it's driving me crazy. Except on the days that you're here, I'm in my cell 23 and a half hours a day, man. You know? That's my reality. Closing in on me more and more. I mean, at night, I'm dreaming about being buried alive, man. Sometimes I see Jonathan.
No, you're gonna be all right. Just really, don't let this get you down. You've got plenty of legal support for the trial. And after you're acquitted, you're gonna get out of here for time already served.
Yeah, I wish I was around when you was growing up, man.
Excuse me?
You know, I thought that Jonathan thought that they would have more concern for them hostages, man. I'm certain of it, that he didn't know. We always give them fascists too much credit.
Yeah.
Do you understand that there cannot be a peaceful revolution?
No, I'm not really sure that I do. I mean, not all revolutions have been violent.
Living your history. But in mine, you learn pretty quick it's impossible to deal with a guy whose mentality is built around a gun. You can't reason with that, man. You just gotta grip him by the throat. There's only one way to reason with a guy like that. You hit him where it hurts. You understand? See, nice folks like you don't understand the need for force, man. You know? You've never been pushed up against the wall, man. You've never had the things that make life worth living for stolen from you. Look, man, we don't want to cut people's throats.
To deprive a man of his life is a terrible thing. But we must weigh things against the big picture.
I hear military men say things just like that.
This is the military, David. And the army of liberation is going to come from places just like this, man. That's why the pigs are shitting bricks. Because this is the revolution and we are the vanguard. Nice folks like you either with us or you against us.
Well, the first thing that we have to do is win this trial, right? Then once you're out of this place, then yeah, man, you can do it. You can lead this revolution. What? What's wrong?
I can't go to trial.
Why not? No, I was at the law offices the other day. You should see how confident those lawyers are. They're almost positive you're going to win this case.
I can win, but I'd have to deny I had anything to do with what happened to that guard.
So?
I can't do that. I do not want to do that. I'm not going to stand up in front of the world and deny I had anything to do with an action I'm very proud of. Man, this system needs to know that they cannot do anything they want and not have any repercussions. They need to know that the crimes that have been committed need to be dealt with, man. They will not be forgotten. That the hell that they've made will burn the flesh of both sides.
Okay, well, what if you just admitted it?
You know what would have happened? I get lynched like the slaves of yesterday. In front of my father, my brother, my mother, my sisters, Angela.
You know, I used to not believe in the existence of a no-win situation.
Who said anything about a no-win situation?
I just been trying really hard to do that. I don't really know if I can anymore.
Yes, you can. You have to, man. We would have never gotten out of Soledad, brother, if you hadn't. You inspire me to keep on writing. I would have never been able to do it without you, man.
Thumbs up.
When you coming again?
I have to go to New York this week.
Well, I appreciate these meetings. You know, it breaks up my time in here.
Well, we'll do more books then.
There you go. So long, brother. Hey, David. Power to the people, man.
This damnable rhetoric that goes on by so-called revolutionaries on the outside does a great deal of harm. This irresponsible kind of blathering about the revolution and kill the pig and this kind of crap.
And right through there. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Anderson. You've been taken off the list of approved visitors for Mr. Jackson.
By whose orders?
The warden's.
This is bullshit. But this is the pig's house, and I guess pigs will be pigs. Steve, I got the final edits to Blood in My Eye. George will need it. Can you take care of it for me?
Yeah, Brenda, yes. I'll take care of it.
Thanks.
For me, time has come to pass over. It's time for me to become what I am. Do you know the feeling of stepping inside yourself, of accepting your rage and your passion? You see, I've always been an adversary, a criminal, a subversive. I never believed for 1 minute they knew what was best for me, or even cared about me in any way that wasn't tainted with exploitiveness. I don't believe in their benevolence. I do believe in their cupidity, their bestiality, and their tyrannous lust for world domination. I don't believe in a long life. I won't live to remember it anyway. I forget it when I sleep at night. And one day I will forget it altogether. I don't intend to give them the satisfaction of beating me. The time has come for me to create my own law, my own judge, and my own jury. George.
Escort.
Bingham's disappearance immediately after the shooting seemed to support the charge that he had smuggled a gun into the prison.
We are satisfied now that it was brought in underneath a wig, and since we found the wig this morning, we can now tie in that there was help from the outside.
What's that in your hair? Hand that shit over!
Man, take it easy. Take it easy. Open it door.
Work this cell key. Come here!
Open the cells.
I can't work the cell key.
Come in. Open the cells. Open the cells up. The dragon is come. We're taking over. If you're with me, come out your cells. If not, you stay inside. Open it up.
No, Jackson.
George, a decision has to be made about the two white boys in the other unit. They say too much.
We cannot take anyone's future for granted. Leave no hostile witnesses. Go take care of them.
Does the sun go down so fast? Superheroes never last. Fallen eagles fade into the clouds. I can hear them whispering, crying out loud. From my struggles, from all my troubles, God please have mercy. Save me from another controversy. From my sadness, from all my madness, save me from my troubles, so I will never have to struggle again. Here's a wind, always so cold. Why can't we live forever and never grow? Why do we fight so hard for what we feel? Why does my reality?
We must never forget the element from which we sprang, as if we have always been authentic revolutionaries, as if we are now. The reality is that history, and not ourselves, shall determine our level of revolutionary commitment, or if we were merely reactionary militants who passed with the wind. George.
Comrade Lamont, got a little something for you.
Sky high, falling high, y'all.